when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses, there's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. And you can never force nobody else to wear them.
Things I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubt that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. We're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back up. Yes, I have my doubts. So we're all messed up and out of touch. Let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night are wearing me out.
Good evening. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm exhausted. I am exhausted. I worked quite a bit on the trailer today. Got it a little better, I think, than 3/4 the way done. A lot of it now is just tidying up, buttoning up, and stuff like that. But I did decide to add a couple of more lights on it. So go figure. And which includes another switch. So I don't know if I mentioned that yet. I don't think so. I think I made that decision today, but I could be mistaken. I may have made it last night. But I'm going to put some clear lights on the front of the trailer as well, with a switch. That way you could choose to have them on or off. But it's coming along very nicely, actually. And today I was able to work getting the camera in there, kind of show you how I'm doing it, how I'm going about it. And then, of course, you'll see the finished product when I get it finished. So, should be done tomorrow, but you won't get a video tomorrow because I want to get some video and some pictures and stuff of it at night, which I'll have to do tomorrow night. So, but yeah, I probably, and I don't think I'm telling stories when I say should only have a couple hours left. I don't think I'm telling stories on that, but I could be. I basically, I've got the only lights that I have to drill holes for are in the cargo lights, the lights that I'm putting in the cargo area. Other than that, everything all drilled. Wires are all ran. It's just a matter of just, like I say, doing a couple of little things, buttoning up. Oh, I got one more wire to run, but it's one simple, quick run. Won't be nothing. So, anyway, I know you guys are so excited about my project. I am. That bicycle trailer project started, gosh, I don't even know where the hell we bought that thing from, do you? Did we buy it from Amazon or eBay? I think that trailer we bought from Amazon. The other one I think we bought from eBay. But I love that little bitty trailer. That thing is absolutely incredible. Let me see. Not coming up on Amazon. So, doing another. Nope. eBay. It would have been eBay. I don't know that I've really seen those trailers much since, to be honest, as far as advertised and stuff. What stuck out to me on that trailer was the cargo was way more than all the competition except for the ones that wanted like $1,000 for a bike trailer. That stupid crap. But the cargo on this was 180 pounds, which was quite a bit more than the others. So anyway, that's what I went with, and I had intended to put lights on it because it's not just for bugging out or SHTF. It's a bike. It can be used anytime. And that's one thing is, you know, the law does require lights. They will nail people for not having lights on their bikes and stuff. But I also think it's a good idea to have your bike well lit. It's kind of stupid not to be honest. And if you're pulling a trailer, you damn straight want that trailer to be lit. So again, we're not talking SHTF into the world, you know, where you might want to leave the lights off. We're talking about every normal day, whatever. Because you know what? Like I said yesterday, it's my hopes that we have a whole hell of a lot more of just kind of, if you call it, it's not normal, but whatever the hell it is that we're going through right now, you know, it may not get worse for a little while, and I'm hoping for that. I don't know what the hell how to describe it because this shit's not normal. We are so far removed from normal right now, it's unreal. But anyway, it's been an enjoyable couple of days working with it. because again, I'm taking my time. I'm trying to make it look nice and tidy, and I think it's turning out pretty nice. And you have to be careful because I'm using rivets to attach them, so you have to be careful because not hard to break plastic with rivets. So that's turning out very nice. Anyway, you guys will get to see a video again, probably not tomorrow, but very highly likely the following day. And you'll see what I've done on it. Aside from that, oh, and I got to thinking earlier, I've got that Coleman stove here. That, hell, I can't remember the numbers. Is it a 13 or something? I can't remember. But anyway, that dual burner, the old, it's an old one, Coleman stove. And I was going to completely go through and refinish the entire thing. And I started to get the stuff together to do it, and I never got there. So what I'm going to do is, since I can't do that yet, what I can do is I can still go through the damn thing, make sure everything's cleared out, everything's good to go, and that the stove is in good working order, because that's what matters. And everything's there to be in good working order. It just needs thoroughly cleaned, and that's no sweat. Go in there, I'll clean things up, make it run like she's new. And then if I get the chance to get some, because like the black spray paint that I had bought for it wound up getting used on the diesel heater. So a couple of things I got to replace that I used other places, but I will get a chance to go through and restore it, because it just sounds like a cool thing to do. Anyway, can't wait to be able to get a chance to do that. It's nice actually being able to go back and hit some of the old projects and get those out of the way. Part of the reason why I'm able to do that is because I went through all that with the sheds, and I was able to get to the stuff I needed to get this stuff done. And at the same time, it allowed me to organize. So now that I can get to stuff a little bit better, because I've had all kinds of projects that's piled up over the years. And there's a lot of stuff that I had gotten started. I told you guys about it, that I had started it, but I never was able to finish it for whatever reason. Either I ran out of time and never got back to it, or I didn't quite have everything I needed to do the job. But I've got a bunch of stuff, and I plan on trying to shoot as much video content as I can on how I do stuff. And I don't know, I've got a way of working with stuff, and hopefully maybe some people can pick up a few pointers, tips, or ideas from what I do. So, like you're going to see in that video, you're going to see how I feed the wire through, and you're going to see how small of a hole that I've got to get not one, not two, but 3 wires through, in which I managed to do. You're going to see me do it because I actually did it on camera today. So, actually did it. I even one-upped it. Normally there's 2 little wires that I have to pull the wire through. Today one of them broke, and I only had 1 wire to help fish it through. And I thought for sure that damn thing was going to break before I got it fished through. But I got it, so you'll get to see that. And you'll just get to, again, see how I work with my hands, how I work with things, maybe to give you some ideas, a few tips on how to use your hands, how to use tools, how to use whatever the hell you've got sitting next to you. I needed to give you an idea, I needed a spacer. Now, I didn't do this today, I did this yesterday. I don't have it on camera. I needed a little bitty spacer. Not big, just a little bitty spacer. Actually, it might have been what I did this morning. I think it was this morning. It was. Anyway, so I grabbed my little tabletop vise, and I clamped it down to the table out there. And I took a plastic anchor, like you would normally put in, like, say, a sheetrock wall to hang a picture or whatever. I took one of those anchors, and I stuck it in my vise, and I just cut the end of it off. You know, the end where you put the screw in. I cut the end of it off at maybe about 1/8 of an inch, and it was about the perfect size that I needed to put back behind one of those lights, because if I riveted it without a spacer, because I'd already did it once, it put too much flex in it, and it would pop the lens off, and they're glued on. So I'm out of red lights, so I actually had to repair the one I popped off. I got that repaired today. And then tomorrow I'll get that light mounted. But yeah, it's coming along. Like I said, hopefully people can pick up, because I've picked up a lot of little bitty tips and tricks along my 51 years. And just kind of some of the crazy stuff that I can do. Some stuff requires a fair amount of thought when you go into it, like this. And, I'm going to be showing you yesterday. I'll give it away now. But the way that I fished the wire through, I had pre-thought before I even started that when I mounted the lights on the back, then I needed the one rivet for one of the lights to be lined up to where I could get a straightened out coat hanger all the way through the entire length of the tube of the trailer. And then out the other side where you had another little bitty hole. Okay? I'll show you how I do it. And, a lot of people's fished wire and stuff like that. This gets a little bit trickier than just fishing wire. And again, I'll show you. But that when I sat down and I thought up how I was going to do these lights, that was literally one of the things that I had thought of in advance that I had to do, was line a rivet hole up so I could get a coat hanger all the way down through that pipe so I could use that to pull wire back through. So I'll show you that. Little bitty stupid stuff that kind of honestly on an engineering level. So, but all that stuff's important. Prep's important. If you don't prep right, you're probably not going to go smoothly. I know, I've been yakking for about 12 minutes, 13 minutes now. I'll shut up. It's nice just to kind of wind down, and it became hot as a mother out there today, I tell you. Alright. Maybe we ought to do something here like a show. I have got, let's see, 6 tabs open. So, not super big, but some kind of important stuff mixed in here. First off, we're going to talk about a story that I had talked about, I don't know, the other day. Was it last week? I guess last week. Yeah, last week. And it's crazy that, and it's not the first time I've heard of it, that somebody actually wakes up in their casket. And could you even imagine? And this lady was at her wake, no pun intended, but it still is. And so she was at her own wake. And I guess, I think it said that she was beaten on the thing. I'm pretty sure that's what I read. And anyway, they had realized that she hadn't passed away. So they removed her from the casket. I'm sure she appreciated that. And then went back to the hospital. But unfortunately, Bella Montoya, 76, passed away. So sad to hear that she passed away. That I just, that's insane. That is insane. It's got to be heartbreaking for the family, but not being connected, it's kind of hard to look at it and not think that family members were like, "Are you sure?" Because that's messed up. I am curious, and I mean this seriously as well as with a bit of humor. I am curious if there were any extra steps or extra people to confirm her passing the second time. Because I could see that as a very high likelihood that people would want some, witnesses, some other eyes, ears, machines on it, Anyway, it says here an Ecuadorian woman has died in hospital just days after she stunned mourners at her wake by knocking from the inside of her coffin after she had been mistakenly declared as deceased by a doctor. Bella Montoya, 76, died last week in the Ecuadorian city of Babahoyo, or so doctors thought, before she made it clear to guests at her wake that reports of her death has been very much premature. Montoya was swiftly removed from what was intended to be her eternal resting place and rushed back to the hospital where her condition was upgraded to alive. But after 7 days of treatment, she died, for good this time, on Friday, of an ischemic stroke. I'm probably saying that wrong. Ischemic? Ischemic? I'm not sure. Ecuador's health ministry confirmed in a statement. Health officials added that Montoya was kept under permanent surveillance while in the hospital. This time, my mother really did die, her son Gilbert Barbera told local media. My life will not be the same. And I certainly feel sorry for him and the rest of her loved ones. But it's kind of hard not to, and I feel guilty because it kind of makes you want to smile and laugh because it's just that bizarre. But at the same time, I think partially why I just find humor, my mind goes to humor, I guess, is because I wouldn't even want to think about that. That would suck. That would mess a person up. Not only that'd mess a bunch of people up, not just one person, it'd mess a bunch of people up. Anyway, yeah, so that's the latest on that. Now we gotta go there, at least with a couple of video, or a couple of pages, few pages, I don't know. I need coffee. So, actually, hang on. Yeah. Actually, I have something in here that folks may find of interest. I meant to say this at the very, very top of the show for those people that are like, man, this guy is just going on talking about a bunch of bullshit and click off. There's actually a pretty good tip in the stuff I've got for you tonight. So, I say tip. Maybe I put the wrong word on it. I'll let you call it whatever the hell you want to call it. But, yeah, just the more you know. With the nice little star going across the screen, yeah, the more you know. That's what we'll put it on, the more you know. And you'll understand much more in a moment. The West can't satisfy Ukraine, says Kiev. Well, maybe you should live here because, boy, they've been this over and they satisfy the hell out of us. Anyway, says no amount, this is not, no amount of weapons or ammunition the U.S. and its allies provide to Ukraine will be enough unless Kiev wins. You hear that? You hear that? The entire nation, every single one of us could be sleeping in the ditches, right? And it wouldn't be enough if they didn't win. I am getting sick and tired of listening to these whiny bitches demand more weapons and money from the United States taxpayers and degrading us if we don't give it to them. I guarantee you that many, many more people in the United States would rather tell these people to go fuck themselves than give them another red cent. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Why don't we have a choice in the matter? I thought this was a democracy, which it's not. was never intended to be, and those jackasses were never supposed to have the power that they claim to have today. Why do I say claim? Is the math really that hard? How many of those bastages, like, I don't know, 535 or something, then you got to add the administration, what, less than 600 of these, I really want to call them that. I'm going to refrain, though, because it's bad enough I say some things. I try to refrain from other things, but think a chicken lollipop, and you're on the right track. They just need to go fuck themselves. That's the long and short of it. So, along with Biden and Congress and the whole lot of them, because we don't want to be doing this. Why are we doing this? And if that ain't bad enough, you got these other chicken lollipops from NATO. Yeah, you're going to have to figure that one out yourself. Saying arsenal's empty and how we need to just build a bunch of new stuff for them. Oh, really? NATO needs a more robust industry in order to refill the stocks of weaponry and ammunition emptied by a year of supplying Kiev, the bloc's Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said on Monday at an industrial conference in Germany. The U.S.-led military bloc must continue to support Ukraine as it has done since 2014, Stoltenberg insisted at the Day of Industry in Berlin, hosted by the Federation of German Industries. We also need a more robust defense industry, the Secretary General argued. Our weapons and ammunition stocks are depleted and need to be replenished, not just in Germany, but in many countries across NATO. He added that he met with representatives of the military industry last week and discussed how best to ramp up production and streamline supply chains, adding that this was key to sustain our support for Ukraine. Not key to be able to defend ourselves. Nope. Key to give some of them chicken lollipops a bunch more stuff. Stoltenberg also repeated his argument that only a Ukrainian victory on the battlefield can result in a just and lasting peace. Right. Kiev's forces had attempted a large-scale offensive on the southern front over the past week, with heavy losses in manpower as well as weaponry provided by the West. Let's just say it. Russia mopped them up, and Russia's going to continue to mop them up because Russia is Russia. I just, for the life of me, I don't get how people don't see that. You have a big-ass nation, a superpower, against a small nation, right? And you've got these other superpowers that's feeding crap into this little country. However, come on. You're going to have to get in there directly and get your hands dirty if you're going to put a stop to Russia there. However, I don't know that we could if we tried. So, I guess this is how we do it. We just piss away everybody's weapons, right? So then when nobody has any fucking weapons, then Russia and China just go in and steamroll over the whole damn planet. Good thinking, Biden. Anyway, I don't digress. I don't digress a damn bit of that. Now, to the news that you can use, literally. I read this and I'm like, oh, hell yeah. It reminded me of my Battlefield 2 days. Anyway, video purports to show Russian kamikaze tank attack Oh, hell yeah. Battlefield 2, you can take a Jeep. You can strap some C4 to the front of that Jeep. You can run that Jeep, jump out of that Jeep right in front of a tank, and as it hits the tank, click your clacker, and the tank goes boom, and it's gone, right? Frickin' great. Kamikaze Jeep, the best damn thing in Battlefield 2. So, let's take some learning from that. A video circulating online purportedly shows Russian troops deploying a... Boy, it would piss the tank drivers off. Anyway, shows Russian troops deploying a captured Ukrainian tank after converting it into a powerful vehicle-borne improvised explosive device. They've actually got a frickin' acronym for it. Other similar incidents have been reported since the start of the conflict in Ukraine. The footage of the kamikaze tank, which could not be independently verified, was allegedly filmed this month in Donbass, near the frontline settlement of Mariinka, to the west of the Russian city of Donetsk. The tank was said to be loaded with 6 tons of explosives and sent back towards Ukrainian positions without a driver. The vehicle, which appears to be a Soviet-made T-54, was reportedly stopped by a landmine and later hit by a rocket-propelled grenade, causing its cargo to detonate. However, just days earlier, the Russian Defense Ministry reported a more successful example of the same tactics. An explosives specialist explained how his squad packed a captured Ukrainian MTLB track-tow vehicle with 3.5 tons of explosives and 5 Fab 100 aviation bombs before directing it towards a Ukrainian outpost some 300 meters away. The payload was detonated remotely, as a result of which the enemy suffered significant losses both in equipment and manpower, the commander said, citing intercepted Ukrainian communications. I wonder if I played with any of those cats in Battlefield 2. I'm just saying, right? You got that big old UN tank coming down the street, and you got that old Chevy Chevette sitting there. You got a good use for it, you know? Let's see. I didn't say that. I didn't. Who? Huh? The more you know. Belarus to introduce chemical castration of pedophiles. I don't know. I've got better ideas. You wouldn't have to chemically castrate or physically castrate. Nope. And you could use the same piece of rope over and over and over. It saves a hell of a lot on the budget, does it not? Anyway, at least Belarus is talking about going this far. I mean, the United States, they're trying to legalize it. But, yeah. So, you notice there are some countries that are going in the opposite direction. And it kind of really sucks that we're not in one of them. Crazy. Crazy. Okay, this is the last article I have open. It's actually going to be a quick, easy night. Didn't really plan it that way, but oh well. Works for me. I'm a little tired. Been out in the sun pretty much of the day and hot. I will say this, though. Ever since the tree got trimmed, I get a lot more solar in the yard now. Because I was using the little River 600 out there. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to grab one of my 60-watt panels and throw it out there on it. and had it up to 99% before I just brought it in and went ahead and plugged it up. But yep, using it out there with a roto tool. It's a generic Dremel, and charging the camera up and other fun stuff. Titanic divers missing at sea. This is pretty nuts. A deep-sea submersible has disappeared near the wreck of the RMS Titanic, and search operations are underway to rescue the crew, the company OceanGate Expedition said on Monday. The U.S. Coast Guard told the BBC on Monday morning that a search and rescue operation was being mounted in the North Atlantic. OceanGate later confirmed the disappearance of one of its vessels. We're exploring and mobilizing all options to bring the crew back safely, the company said in a statement. Our entire focus is on the crew members in the submersible and their families. We're working toward the safe return of the crew members. It was unclear how many people were aboard the Titan, a mini-sub made of carbon fiber. OceanGate's website, which is working intermittently, said a team of 6 mission specialists would be taking part in the 10-day Titanic survey expedition. After paying $250,000 per person for the trip, the participants would be trained in scientific research and spend 8 days at sea. The experience was billed as offering a chance to step outside of everyday life and discover something truly extraordinary. The summer 2023 expedition was supposed to be the first of 3, with 2 more planned for June of 2024. The Titanic sank. Well, you know about the Titanic. It says last month another company revealed a full 3D scan of the wreck of the Titanic, down to the unopened bottles of champagne strewn on the ocean floor. The scan was completed by remotely piloted submersibles over the course of more than 200 hours. So, a lot of crazy stuff, but wow, that is that's nuts. The first time out, and they can't find. They don't know where the sub is. That's messed up. So, I don't know. You wouldn't get me doing that, especially being the first cat. No. We're gonna have to go see a couple of thousand of them bastards before I'm going. I ain't that eager. Yeah, that's messed up though. That is really messed up. I don't know anything about it. I don't know if there's any type of communication available from the sub to the surface. All the time when they're doing something like this. I don't know. It looks like it's got some kind of a tether on it, so I figure it could be an antenna or whatever, but they may not be able to communicate with the surface when they're all the way down. I have no idea. Messed up, though. Close. All right. I did get ate up a little bit out there. Not bad, though. This summer doesn't seem as bad out there, nearly as bad as what it was the previous 2. Man, you couldn't walk outside without getting, bit 100 times in a minute. But, not that bad. Alright, got these damn headlines. Yeah, another project that I came across, I guess, this morning. And I'll probably do a quick video on it. Whoop. I found me a couple of 120 millimeter fans, and I assume they both work. I know they're both used, and they probably work, because these damn things last forever. So, I'm adding them bad boys to the top of that computer, and I'll make a video when I do it, because I'm going to have to wire it up and whatnot. Fun. But I'm going to hook those up in the top of that computer to help pull the air up out of it, because the cooler it is, the better it is. And that thing, I'm telling you what, it throws some heat. I never realized. If I would have realized that damn thing was throwing that much heat, I would have never had that NVR up on top of it. That thing, and I've gone over there to get in the closet and stuff when my simulator's been up, and it gets roasty over there. I mean, you like get blasted with heat. It's like incredible. I would have never guessed it. But I've never ran a processor and a video card that fast before, so. I haven't had any, problems with the processor overheating ever since I did that. Added the extra compound to it. Been fine. So, haven't had it go out yet. Not once. Knock on fake wood. Alright. Let's do some headlines. Kind of looks like kind of a pretty sunset. But I'm not set up to go get a picture of it, so. Alright. Let's do some headlines and go to bed. Such an exciting life. Alright. Swedish Parliament won't rule out threat of Russian attack, says media. I don't know what the hell they're thinking. Australian senator ordered to cover up inappropriate t-shirt. And I have no idea what the hell it was really supposed to mean. I didn't really care that much. There's a lot of work to do in Australia for them folks. Clock ticking on U.S. financial hegemony, says senior Russian MP. Civilians wounded in Ukrainian shelling of Russian region, says governor. Supermarket theft rising in Russia. Russian warship rescues dozens of passengers off Greece, says Ministry of Defense. Belarusian militants training in Poland for insurrection, says the Times. Lots of insurrections, Terrorist attacks against leadership of Russia's Zaporozhye region thwarted, says FSB. Russia to supply gas to Central Asian nation. Video. I actually covered that. Russian nukes in Belarus indefinite, says senior diplomat. Indubitably. Yeah. I can never say that word the first time. I have to say it like 2-3 times before I can spit it out right. Let's see. Russian nukes in I already said that. Nearly 100 dead in Indian heat wave. Maybe they shouldn't be outside running around going, woo, woo, woo. No, I'm kidding. Relax. Wrong kind of Indian anyway. Volatility hits EU energy market. I'm part Native American, so I wasn't discriminating, Beijing tells U.S. to respect one China policy. Future of humanity depends on China-U.S. relations, says Z. Oh, I actually did a report on that. Israel speaks out on Ukraine's seeing Nazi helpers as heroes. Okay. Bangladesh applies to join BRICS. Yet another country. Multiple victims as Kiev strikes humanitarian warehouse, says Donbass. Belarus to introduce chemical castration. Oh, I covered that. Germany suspects Ukraine over ammonia pipeline blast, says media. Saudi oil exports plummet, says data. Britain may become first country to confiscate Russian assets. UK publisher hits out against anti-Russia book censorship. West sent Ukraine broken weapons, says New York Times. Probably not so much. They probably sent you the same damn weapons that they send our military, which, they're pretty broken. But, yeah, our troops deal with it. Titanic, cover that. Suspected organizer of Russian ambassador's murder living in the U.S., says Turkish media. A woman who woke, cover that. German armor too wide to transport, says Bild. Well, that's a shame. Let's see, covered that. Russia has launched an active offensive operation, says Kiev. Oh. As opposed to how many now that you've launched? Have fun. U.S. plotting to interfere in Russian election, says Lavrov. We covered that about I can't get no satisfaction from the U.S. And you just can't make that go right. I mean, I don't know, maybe somebody that could actually sing could do it, but I can't. There was a one up there. Don't count on a lasting thaw between the U.S. and China. It's an opinion piece, though, so I don't share it out. All right, well, that would about do it. I know, kind of a lame news night, but it is what it is. I'd rather have a lame, stupid news night than I would a bad, ugly night. And I fear that day is coming. I don't know when, don't know how. Don't run around freaking out. Just keep getting ready. I mean, there are so many, I see so many channels that really are basing their content around fear. Don't fear. Don't fear. Those people should be ashamed of themselves. They really should. The good book says we're not to put money over people. And that's putting money over people. Because if you're not worried, I mean, one of the most important things, am I right? One of the most important things about being able to survive, not just as HTF, but any hard moment in life, is your mental state. And if you're in a state of fear, you're probably not going to be performing at your best. So folks need to ask themselves, why do these people on YouTube want to keep trying to scare me? If it's a proven fact that fear will get in my way. The answer is they get money for the more people that click on their videos. And unfortunately, there's a large addiction now in this country to fear. A lot of it, I think it's due to what all happened during the COVID ordeal. But, some people just, I don't know. I don't get it. I think some people feel like they're doing something if they keep themselves scared and then prep, in response to that fear. I think some people get the sense that they're doing something, and in reality, you are getting stuff, but you're also just spinning your wheels at the same time. Folks need to think outside of the box, way, 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 way outside of the box. They really do. If you want the upper edge, if you want to have the upper hand, you have to think outside of the box. And I mean way outside of the box. So, a lot of stuff I won't go into, and especially when it involves things like security and stuff. I'll talk about some of my old tactics and techniques, but anything new? No. I'll hint. I'll give very, very vague ideas, but I won't go deep into it because it's so far outside of the box. I suggest folks do the same. Think outside of the box. Don't live in fear. Think outside of the box. Work through the issues. Try to think of as many different angles, both directions, with those issues. But don't let it consume you. Don't let it scare you. There's no need. No need today to be scared. No. Just do your best. Think outside of that damn box. The number one thing to help you is going to be thinking outside of that box. You want to do what nobody else has thought of. Remember one very, very important thing about life in general, not just SHTI. It's not what you know that'll kill you, it's what you don't know that'll kill you. Remember that. Remember that as you apply it when you're thinking outside of the box to defend your home or whatever the case may be. So, I hear you. I'm tired from trailer work. I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna get things closed up and go to bed. I am tired. So, anyway, I hope you all have a good evening. Sorry I wasn't at my top tonight. I don't know. I'm just tired. I will, God willing, I will be back tomorrow, and I hope to see you all then. I appreciate you coming tonight. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit, and shalom.